Russian man like inside the dark, call me Bill Snatcher. Just the brother for the rapture. I hang glide, holding on strong, hard to capture. Extravagant, resurrect the track and it's militant. And I react like a convict and start killing. It's manifesting. The God's work like appliances, dealing in my sleep like a lot.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another discussion for Boruto Naruto Next Generations, the manga, and this time we're going to be doing a follow-up to the events of Boruto Chapter 69. In particular, we need to take some time to look at the fallout of the conversation with Naruto and Kawaki and how this sets the stage for a confrontation between Naruto and Ada. In the last chapter, Naruto sat at the edge of the bed of a very hostile Kawaki who woke up ready for the smoke with Naruto because he expected Naruto to be big mad at him for killing Boruto. As the conversation went on, one thing that was left for certain is that Kawaki and Naruto, they still had some air between them that needed to be cleared out. Naruto was forced to leave because Ino alerted him to the fact that there were intruders inside of Konoha that required Naruto's attention. However, Kawaki activated the dojutsu in his eye and his karma seal appeared to be resonating with something, likely Boruto's karma, or as some people have theorized, it might even be potentially Code's white karma seal. Given Kawaki's infatuation with Naruto, it's not crazy to say that Naruto's about to come face to face with Ada because the two of them have Kawaki as a common ground. He is a magnet for both of them. Naruto wants what he believes is best for Kawaki, and Ada on a surface level wants Kawaki because she wants a relationship with Kawaki. But if there are any reasons beyond that which have not been put into the light yet, the person who is likely to pick up on all this is going to be Naruto, someone who genuinely loves Kawaki. We're at the precipice of a true battle of high stakes, and it's a battle for Kawaki's heart and soul, one that is going to shape the series moving forward. Symbolically, it's something that works and builds on the conflict themes that we had with Naruto versus Jigen. That was a battle of adopted fathers fighting for custody of who was going to be Kawaki's father. The battle here, however, is different. Naruto, for all intents and purposes, is Kawaki's father. He's the one who's shown him unconditional love of a father. He's shared ramen with them. He's slept in the same room with them, going so far as to tell Kawaki that if he ever felt as if he could not be safe inside the village, that Naruto would take it to mean that he's a failure as a Hokage. Naruto has had his bones physically broken by both Jigen as well as Ishiki Otsutsuki in an attempt in order to protect Kawaki. The only thing that Naruto hasn't done for Kawaki is give his life to protect him, and given Naruto believed that Baryon mode was supposed to end with Naruto's own death, we can argue that Naruto already had gone that far because he was willing to use a power with that high price not only to protect the village from Ishiki but also protect Kawaki from Ishiki. There's no greater form of love than that itself in which Kawaki has ever experienced. However, now we have Ada. If Naruto is the father and the Uzumaki household is the home for Kawaki or the nest for Kawaki, Ada is that great unknown that lures the child away from the nest / home and into manhood. While Ada represents the sensual side of love, something that Naruto can't provide to somebody like Kawaki, and the potential for Kawaki to know the love of a woman in ways that his foster mother Hinata and his foster sister Himawari can't show him unless we get into a whole nother genre of anime. However, a first love like this for someone like Kawaki, that is something worth exploring. Kawaki has gone out of control out of not knowing how to handle the love of a father when it comes to Naruto. So imagine what he would do if he experienced the love of a woman, especially if a woman like Ada ends up being like somebody like Makima from Chainsaw Man. The thing about this is that Naruto versus Ada represents a potential next phase for Kawaki's journey in terms of experiencing love and relationships. Ada is the woman that parents don't approve of, but they seduce you away from the values that your parents instilled into you growing up. Progress that Kawaki made with Naruto as a person, Ada would be meant as a cog meant to twist him away from those values. She's morally corrupted enough, and there is enough of an evil streak hidden behind that beautiful face that Ada could and will pull this off. Someone as emotionally perceptive as Naruto, he's going to pick up on that. He's going to see that there's a demon hidden inside of Ada, and he's going to want to protect Kawaki from it. The interesting thing about this is that you have one of the side effects of Ada's enchantment being brought up by Amato. Amato stated to Shikamaru that if somebody was caught under Ada's enchantment, if they tried to physically harm her, they will be unable to, and eventually they will reach a point where their mind shatters because the powers of her control are so insane that it's going to override their willingness to try to actually harm her, which means that this is an enemy Naruto can't just pull out a Rasengan and pop it in her face. It'd be a very similar situation where Ada is Will Smith and Naruto's Chris Rock. Ada can walk right up to Naruto, smack the ramen noodles out this man's mouth, and all Naruto can do is stand there with a shocked expression on his face, knowing that he can't hit back due to the circumstances beyond his control. I think this is a very interesting dynamic because Ada has the opportunity to begin spinning her web to take control of Kawaki, and having Naruto see Kawaki run over by Ada but be unable to do anything to stop it is something that is needed. For Naruto, there hasn't been too many problems that he couldn't defeat with a nice talk no jutsu from the Uzumaki Bible from Book of Naruto chapter 3 verse 2. If talk no jutsu didn't work, then Naruto could just pop up a Rasengan, say respect me, and even Sasuke couldn't escape that treatment, and Naruto went as far as taking that man's arm in the process of winning him over. However, this whole situation with Ada is different. Ada using her feminine charms on Kawaki versus Naruto trying to appeal via his fatherly love to Kawaki is a clash that's going to cause major ramifications. We've always known that there would come a day where there would be a split between Naruto and Kawaki. The only thing is we didn't know why and we didn't know how it would happen. Between what we've seen in the manga and the scenes that we've seen with Kawaki in the anime recently, we know that Kawaki is slowly beginning to disagree with the ways of the ninja and how the ninja world handles things. He's seen enough to the point where he stated that Jigen's way of doing things was more fruitful than the way that Sarada wanted to handle their training, the typical way of ninja training. We've seen the cracks slowly appearing, but none of that was enough to make Kawaki fully break away from Konoha. Ada represents the opportunity to have someone with very similar experiences as Kawaki and showing him a different way, on top of her being morally gray enough to shift her morals to align with her goals. If Ada offers a different path forward for Kawaki while displaying the empathy, which is something Naruto can't do in this situation, and she's able to appeal to him on a different level, it might be enough for her to win this debate for the heart and soul of Kawaki, or rather the first fight in this war for the heart and soul of Kawaki. Naruto has to fail so Boruto can ultimately triumph in this conflict. Naruto can have sympathy for Kawaki being experimented on by Amato, and he can have empathy for being viewed as being less than human because Naruto was a Jinchuriki, much like Kawaki is a vessel for Ishiki. However, Ada can empathize with Kawaki in ways that Naruto can't. Ada can put herself in Kawaki's shoes and understand the why behind his actions because she's been through it herself. She never asked to have her life upended by Amato, and she resents him for it. She resents having her body pumped full of ninja tech. She resents having her humanity stripped away from her. Just like Kawaki never asked to have ninja tech pumped into his body by Amato, he never asked for the karma seal to be implanted onto him. And we know that Amato's surgery is something that traumatized him enough that in the time where he had the PTSD, where Ishiki was counting down as he demanded Kawaki show himself before Ishiki went through with his threat to kill Naruto, who he was literally crushing beneath his foot, Kawaki was having a mental breakdown. He was seeing Jigen's ghost in front of him, and one of the things that got brought into his mind was Amato experimenting on him. One of the first things that we learned about Ada is that she saw Kawaki during that time. It's one of those things that she found very attractive about him. It was the way that he handled Ishiki during those final moments. Ada is going to be able to use that knowledge to craft a tale to win over Kawaki and pry him away from Naruto. Ada doesn't have to be a love interest so much as she has to be a calculated manipulator like Makima from Chainsaw Man. Not all battles require a fist to be thrown, and sometimes the most dangerous enemies are those who know how to use their words and charm in order to seduce somebody, similar to how Madara seduced Obito and similar to how Makima seduced Denji. I think right now Kawaki is at a breaking point, and this battle of Naruto versus Ada for Kawaki's soul is gonna be huge. However, I want to know from you guys, how do you guys feel about this? Let me know down in the comment section below.